On behalf of the Board of Directors of Meta, I'm proud to be here this evening to present David Morales with a scholarship in the amount of $7,500 to continue his education.
The purpose of META is pretty simple. It's about making education the answer. That's the acronym. It's META, the goal.
I guess education's been a lot for my whole life. But really, I think the fundamental reason why higher education is my aspiration. My parents, they didn't get the chance to have a higher education, and yet they've still been able to, provide me with everything and anything I needed. And really, I feel that with higher education, I can do that and more for my children, and really do something else for my parents.
There was a great article back in 2012 that was about John Daisy, who's the superintendent of LAUSD. And I remember at the time when I read through the article, it was depressing to read some of the statistics about our very specific district. Literally 80% of the kids live below the poverty line. When you think about that number in relation to the entire LAUSD, that's a staggering figure. And 75% of those students are Latino. How does that not impact our local economy? How does that not impact the state? How does that not impact our country? Unfortunately, 62% of those kids graduate. That's it. The other 38% don't. It's a huge dropout rate, and this is our future. All of those kids are our future.
Hey, good morning, Luis. What's up, Justina?
Good morning, my love.
My love, who is that? My name is Bob Marina. I am the oldest of 5 kids. My parents immigrated here about 62 years ago from Nicaragua. Grew up in a pretty poor neighborhood, had all the issues like navigating through gangs and trying to stay out of trouble, et cetera, and stay focused. I know what it is to be the first kid in your family to go off to college. My dad only had a 6th grade education. My mom probably had the equivalency of a high school. They really couldn't help me once I went to school, once I went to college, because they never experienced that very same thing. And most of our kids, about 90% of our kids, are the first in their family to go to college.
Meta has not only helped me financially, Meta has also helped me by being there. I feel that I have mentors within Meta and that I can go to them if I ever need anything. Financially, though, they have been a great support. Without Meta, I probably would be working more hours and I wouldn't be as focused in school as I am able to be now.
When Meta got started, we had 5 applicants. We've gotten to the point where we received 600 applications for this year. It's really hard because all of the kids are needy. The fact that they're even applying means that they do want to get an education. How do you differentiate between these kids? There's a very objective process, which is just a function of just looking at their GPAs and their SAT scores. But there's a large group of kids that meet the criteria. So then the next phase for us is, how do we differentiate those kids? And it's really their stories. You see these kids that they want to get past all of the disadvantages that have been thrown at them and all the obstacles that they've had to get through. We use those stories, honestly, as the way to figure out who are the ones that ultimately get the scholarships.
My mother is the only working person in the household, so the income coming in is just enough to cover our basic necessities. I am living this way now, but I have higher expectations for my future. I am working in order to have a higher education, and the rest will come with time.
¿Cómo estás? Bien, ya llegaste. ¿Ocupado?
It has been challenging. I am not the only top student now at UCLA. We have more competition, I guess, and it's really hard because some of the students and some of my classmates have more resources than I do, but I've been able to work well and keep focused.
What happens is if the firstborn or the eldest actually goes to college, guess what? Everybody else follows in their steps and goes to college. So it changes not only the kid, it changes the family, it changes the community.
I think the most memorable graduation for us was our June 18th graduation. I was really happy. I was really happy because for me, I felt like it was not only an achievement for me, but for my parents as well, who had supported me throughout the whole process. So in this picture, I have my cousins who I've actually helped into their journey to going to college. So I have my cousin Chachi. She's currently at UC Merced, so I helped her with her applications. And then we have my cousin Edwin. He just finished his first year at San Francisco State University.
When we give our kids a scholarship, we want to make sure that they recognize the fact that they're recipients of somebody else's generosity.
They won't regret investing in me because I will make a difference, and I'll come back to my community and do the same as they do because they inspire me to do the same.
I think when people start to see those statistics and understand what that means to them, what that means to our city, what that means to our country, I think it'll start to resonate more for them as to why this is actually an incredibly important thing that hopefully they're willing to support.
So education makes a big difference for anybody, but in particular for the Hispanic youth, because we are the future of this country.
These kids are successful, they're just amazing in the sense that they're persevering through all their challenges to get to where they want to go. And if they want to get there, we want to be there to support them.
This is your opportunity to make a difference. This is your opportunity to change someone's life. And that's what we try to do. We try to give kids an opportunity that will hopefully change their life.